Today, we will be talking about the most feared thing in Africa. Jozi. This is one of the scariest places that everyone in South Africa will have to visit at least once in their life. It's scary and it's fast. 1 second you have your shoes, next second, boom, you've been stabbed. Nobody wants to go there. And if you do, you lie. Jozi is a business hub though. So people go there for jobs, school, cheap products and extracurricular activities.
I'm a tough girl.
Everyone needs to go to Jozi though. Whether you wanna go get your teeth done or find a job. But visiting Jozi comes with its set of guidelines written in stone by Mandela himself. And let me give you these tips he so graciously provided. Welcome to Surviving Johannesburg 101. Rule number 1. No smiling. There's nothing funny in Johannesburg. Unless you want a nyaupes to slide his finger across your gums, keep that mouth closed. Rule number 2. Don't ask for directions, because they'll either rob you naked or you'll have to pay for directions. Rule number 3. Don't trust anyone.
Especially if you see an advert like this, boy. Yeah.
Has already been transacted.
I'm saying bring my money.
Not even the people you came with. If you hear your mother calling you, ignore her. She's a clone and she wants your money. These 3 rules will allow you to barely survive Johannesburg. You may be lucky to leave with your clothes on. The crazy thing about the 3rd rule is that even when you're not in Johannesburg, you still shouldn't trust people in Johannesburg. As some of you know, I'm a college student and I was on LinkedIn the other day trying to find a job. I finally found one and they wanted to see me for an interview. I was so excited. A young black man finally ready to contribute to society instead of becoming a SoundCloud rapper or starting a podcast. I was gonna change the world till I saw the address, boy. And you guessed it, it was in Jozi. Boysen, I wanted to trust them so bad cause I needed a bit of money and so I could go see Travis. I read the name of the person that sent the email and her name was Abigail Green. I did a bit of digging and I couldn't find a single Abigail Green that worked in Johannesburg. So I searched up the job that accepted me on TikTok. And no surprise, I seen a comment saying, and I'm quoting, "Please don't go. That's where most people get kidnapped." Kidnapped? Me? Why am I being punished for trying to better myself? How evil it is to prey on the broke, bruh. We already have nothing and you want more. They emailed me twice, boy. Twice. They wanted my organs so bad that they fabricated a whole new person and her name was Cleopatra Smith. They're not even trying at this point. These 3 rules may just save your life one day. And if you're lucky, you can escape Jozi with both of your shoes on. Unfortunately for me though, I didn't know these rules, bruh. I was smiling, my earphones was in, I trusted everyone with all my heart. Oh, you wanna borrow my car to test drive it cause you like it and you'll be right back? Of course, my darling. In fact, here's my credit card details in case it runs out of petrol. Mwah! I'll see you later. I was a fool. And as a result of my kind heart, I was robbed and beaten to death. Okay, I was just robbed. But here's the story. It was a dark, cold night. I'm lying. It was actually pretty warm and it was sunny. I was walking my tutor to the bus stop after we had just finished our lessons. We had a cool conversation and I let him be on his way to plant his seed into other students. Educational seed, of course. As I was walking back from the bus stop, these elderly women approached me. "Aww, so cute," I said with a smile on my face. "Do you need help?" They told me they were looking for a bank called Mukuru Bank. I didn't know where that was, and I couldn't search it up because I left my phone at the house. I said, "Stay right here, you beautiful elderly woman. I'll be right back." And I went inside to grab my phone so I could search up for the nearest Mukuru Bank. I came out and they were still there, standing looking helpless, and I felt nothing but pity for these old women. They explained that they needed to find a Mukuru Bank in order to transfer their Zimbabwean dollars into South African rands. "Oh, you guys just want some money so you can keep yourself fed." I almost burst into tears, boy, from the sheer sadness that I felt for these women. She said, well, they said, because it was like 3 of them, they knew someone nearby who they did business with. I said, okay, cool. Let me head back inside so y'all can do your business. And they stopped me and told me that they're so frail and so cute and so old that they needed my help. And if I could just be the young gentleman I am and escort them to the person that they wanted to trade their money with. On the way there, she was telling me about her son. And I love this lady, man. I loved her. She was so sweet, so old, so nice. We arrived at the complex. By the way, complex is like a gated community. And we saw an old guy out there. And I thought that he lived in the complex and he was just standing outside. They showed him the cash and he was willing to trade it. Mind you, one of the ladies sat behind us because her frail legs were getting sore. So she had to sit behind the corner just outside of our field of view. So we couldn't see her from where we were standing. So the guy said he's willing to trade. But he made it known that one of his clients wants to buy a jewel. Because apparently these ladies sold jewels. So he said he would give us the money and we should give him the jewel. So we went to the other lady, the one that was sitting down because of her frail legs.
You're like a puss.
And we told her that this guy wants to trade if you can give us a jewel in return. She reluctantly said okay and asked me to go and give him the jewel in exchange for the money. So I took the jewel and I was on my way to the guy. And they said, wait, give us your phone so we know that you won't run away with our precious jewel. I said, I mean, these are old ladies. They're not going to steal my phone and I can catch them. I'm pretty fast. I used to be one hell of an athlete. I gave them my phone and then they asked for my password. And me, being the smart man I am, I didn't give them the password. In fact, I opened the phone for them myself. My brain is so massive. Because why would I give a stranger my password when I can just unlock it myself? I'm so smart, I said to myself as I left them my phone. They said they'll give me commission for giving them the jewel. Free money? Hell yeah, brother. Now I can afford a few more Labubus to add to my Labubu collection. I went back to find the guy that we had met before. The old lady sat behind the corners because their little stubby legs were sore. And I felt bad. They were sore and I felt bad. I arrived at the complex alone to find the guy. And he was nowhere to be seen. Keep in mind, I cannot see these women. They are outside of my field of view. He had told us before that he went inside to go get the money to trade it for the jewel. So I waited there for a minute, and then 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes. So I asked the guys that worked at the complex, and I described the man that I was looking for. And they told me they have never seen a man that fits my description. My legs buckled, bro. My legs buckled. I ran back to the old ladies, and they were nowhere to be found. I guess their legs weren't so weak after all. So moral of the story, man, if some lady asks you for your phone and your password, don't do it, bro.